Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if you want to see something on this show or you have a bright idea that you want to see us implement on this show, drop them in those comments below or hit us on any one of our social media outlets. Holler at us, we holler back. Giving you all the news from across all our leagues. All this juicy stuff that's going on in the World Cup. My goodness, the NBA free agency. But before we get into all that, let me introduce you to my co-host, broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. You know what? He's going to be talking to us on the phone, and he goes by the name of Mr. Stephen Rubain. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing amazing. I'm at NBA Free Agency Central.
Yes,
I've been
sir.
on the phones all day getting this information for you guys tonight, so you guys are all caught up on this wild, hectic day of NBA free agency.
Right.
Wow. A lot's been going on these last 2 days. It has been out of control. So we're going to get to that tonight. How have you been?
Hey, I've been wonderful. Did you hear? The Lakers are free.
Yes, I did. For all those LeBron haters, they've been out on the streets celebrating. All those people, the Kobe lovers, all those who've been crying for years how LeBron's done nothing for the Lakers. You guys are going. I got a bad feeling. All you guys are going to be greatly disappointed.
Why, Steve?
Because Laker fans have short histories. They forgot how bad things were pre LeBron James in LA. They forgot all them years when the Lakers were going 25 and 57, 23 and 59, 20 and 62. They forgot them years. They got spoiled by LeBron. LeBron was the guy they loved to hate, though he always produced.
This is crazy. This is coming from a person who was, now I guess you're going to be a Golden State fan. Now that he's left and went to, it's supposedly one of his stopping points.
I don't know. If you were to ask me on Monday, I would have thought it would have been Golden State, but I think there's a better situation for him than even Golden State. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to get to that. Let's not jump ahead of it because I think Golden State now is not the number one choice. We'll get to that. Let's knock the World Cup off first. Let's just knock the World Cup off because that still is the world sport. That is the sport that is the biggest thing in the world. So,
and let me tell you what's big right now. People have slept on Mexico, and Mexico is letting everybody know, putting them on notice. We are here, and we will be heard. Hey,
listen to me. They got a home field advantage. That right now. That energy in Mexico City last night was outrageous. I wouldn't want to be on the field in that type of environment going up against them. With the energy they were letting off.
Hey.
That has to be intimidating.
They're projecting that energy into all their players. Makes for a player to hear people rooting for them while the game is going on, when they're exhausted and they feel like letting up, it makes them go overtime. That adrenaline gets to flowing, and it's crazy.
Yeah, because there's professional sports energy. Like an NBA team or an NFL team.
Yes, sir.
Like the Knicks, all that energy the Knicks fans let off. But when you're playing for your country, in your country.
Yes.
And that country hasn't won in 40 years, hasn't gone that far in 40 years. And these people are literally bleeding in the case of Mexico, the green, red, and white. Oh my God, it was intense. It was insane. So we did get to Mexico, moved on to the next round. Let me give you a score update on that one. That was a score of 2-0 over Ecuador.
Wow.
So Ecuador's been eliminated.
Wow.
So Mexico's out. France beat Sweden yesterday, 3-0. So France moves on.
Wait. You said
team,
Ecuador is out, right?
Ecuador is out.
Yeah.
OWT out.
Okay.
No more. So Sweden's out. Your team, England, put a scare. I was ready to call you. You're ready to get that early phone call.
A lot of people were doing that.
Congo had a 1-0 lead throughout much of the match, and I was gonna come on here and gloat like you know what.
But England worked it out.
England would have lost.
England worked it out.
So yeah, they got 2 goals in the second half to pull out a 2-1 win over the Congo.
Hey.
So the Congo is out.
Ooh.
And then talking about today's matches. We don't want to ignore Norway. Norway knocked out the Ivory Coast 2-1 yesterday.
Right.
So now we're going to get to today's matches. And we just got a final. We've got a final from the United States.
Give us the score, Steve.
The U.S. knocked off Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-0 to move on.
USA.
So there's going to be celebrations all throughout the USA tonight. Yes. That's a biggie. So U.S. is moving on. Congratulations to them. They're going to be playing against Belgium.
Ooh.
Who Belgium beat Senegal today 3-2. So we're going to have a U.S. versus Belgium in the round of 16. So that's going to be a good one because I think that could go either way.
Hey, and to all the people who's dropped me messages asking why I went with England and why did it was Portugal, because I was just going off of what I saw. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm from USA. I'm always a USA guy at heart, so that's my team. But when we do picks on here from a fan's point of view, we're looking at everything that you guys are seeing, and we're not hoping and wishing. We're calling the teams that we think have the best chance. Now, surprisingly, USA has always been good, but I honestly didn't think that they were going to make this type of push this year. But hey, this is where I live. This is where I dwell, USA. And this giving people a heads up because a lot of people ask me that question. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And with Patrick was on the other day, he was kind of alluding to like, hey, you guys didn't say anything about USA. Man, we always got something to say about USA, Patrick.
Exactly. We stayed until Wednesday. That's what we did. Now for tomorrow though, speaking of Portugal, they got a tough one tomorrow. They go up against Croatia, who has a deceptively good squad. So that might be the game for tomorrow, Portugal versus Croatia. And we also got Spain tomorrow, another favorite, going up against Austria, which should also be a strong matchup. And then the last one for tomorrow would be Spain against Algeria.
Right.
So I think I said Spain. I mean Switzerland against Algeria. So Switzerland should win that one, but you just never know. In a knockout round, you never know.
And it's super exciting.
Closing out the knockout round. Friday, we had 3 matchups: Australia versus Egypt, Argentina, which I think right now would probably still be the favorite because they got the best player in the world right now, Messi.
Yes.
Going up against Cape Verde. And then last but not least, Colombia versus Ghana.
Hey.
And then on July 4th, we start the round of 16.
Yes. Get down to the nitty gritty.
Yes. Any closing thoughts? Any closing words on the World Cup before we move on? Anything you want to?
No.
Any changes you have?
No, I had made a change and I couldn't remember the team. Because remember I had kind of
Uh,
left Portugal and went someplace else. I can't remember the team that was because
did you
Portugal
say
was my second
Argentina?
team. I think it was
Did you
Argentina.
say
I
Argentina?
think it was
Yeah,
Argentina.
because right now Messi's on fire. I mean, he's playing like this is his, and it very well could be his last World Cup. So he's playing like it because
And
he's
on
been
Monday, we're
on a
gonna have it
roll.
for you because I was researching, like I told you, haven't been a big
Mm-hmm.
soccer person up until 3 years ago. There are like 7 or 8 greats that this might be their last season, and I'm gonna have all those
Yeah.
names for you on Monday. But this is monumental in soccer because man, like huge
I
stars,
know.
huge, and after this run, it's an end to an era for some of them. You know, like this is a huge year for soccer, very huge.
Mm-hmm.
But on Monday, we'll
Big,
have more and
right.
more updates for you when it comes to the World Cup. Where are we going now,
Oh
Steve?
yeah. Let's go right to the NBA free agency.
Ooh wee.
Yes, it started. It started first thing on the first, and man, it has not disappointed so far. It has not disappointed
Hey,
because we have some big moves that have been happening these last couple days. Let's start first with probably the biggest move for today. Jaylen Brown, all-star for the Celtics. They've been teasing this move, teasing that he's going to get traded. I'm not quite sure why the Celtics traded him. I thought they had a nice 1-2 going with him and Tatum. I
right,
mean, they led them to the championship. I think build a couple more pieces around them, they can get back there again.
right.
But there must be something behind the scenes that those two do not get along. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of why they felt the need to push him out. But
It's
they
always
traded
something.
Jaylen Brown. Yeah, there's always something behind the scenes because there's no other reason why you think he would have to leave so badly.
The
But
attitudes have to match the
the
coaches
attitude,
and
yeah,
the players. They all have to get along and be in harmony and in sync.
yeah. You would think a championship run would help get your harmony, but me knowing from Kyrie Irving 10 years ago
Right.
when he left the championship team to go find his oats for the Celtics.
Something that made
Sometimes
no
winning
sense. It made
made no
no
sense whatsoever.
sense.
That team was a guaranteed going to go to the finals 5, 6, 7 years in a row.
With the extra
And that
push to
Eastern
probably get
Conference.
those chips.
Yeah. So it made no sense, but he wanted to have his own team. He wanted to be the Batman. He moved on, and you see where that's gotten him.
And
But
I don't
Jaylen
see that
Brown,
from him. He's a player that should that I honestly thought was going to stand out like a Kobe, a Jordan, a LeBron,
he,
and he took this step forward and kind of like went back into the shadows. Like to
I mean,
me, it
I
doesn't.
hate this.
I don't. Tell me what you think. I
I,
don't.
well, I hate to say it, but to put it in a football now, I mean, I know you're gonna hate this one, but to put it in a football analogy, and you think about it, it was the same year, 2016.
Right.
You had the Cavaliers' great run,
Right.
and you had the Carolina Panthers' great run.
Right.
And you remember, because you and I were real tight about the situation back then with Cam Newton. If you would have told us in 2016 that 10 years later, not only would Cam Newton have not been a guaranteed first round Hall of Famer,
Right.
but he would have at least been to at least 1 or 2 more Super Bowls. He would have at least had another NFL MVP.
I have a lot to talk
He'd have
about
been
with that.
closer.
Well, not a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Are we going to go? Are we
we
going?
just
Are we going to go
knew.
to NFL because it's something I want to say
We're
about
going to get to
that.
that in a second. But I'm just bringing this up for the analogy of Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
In that they almost self-destructed themselves.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, we'll get to that a whole different topic on that. But there's no way you would have told me 10 years ago Kyrie Irving would be where he is today. He just looked like he was going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He looked like he's going to have 4 or 5 rings.
Understand.
It just looked like everything was in his favor. But He's self-destructing himself.
But I'm gonna put them on two different plateaus, because with Kyrie, he has the talent to be, to me, like a Kobe or a Jordan or LeBron, but it's not that important to him. And it shows. Some games it look like he's into it, and then some games it's looking like he's like, you know what? I'd rather be at home on the couch. I'd rather be somewhere in Cancun cruising. The intensity on the faces of these players, and this is purely coming from my point of view, purely coming from a fan point of view. I've watched basketball for over 40 some years, and you see the people who love to play, and you see the people who like to play. And Kyrie right there is like in the middle of that. Like, some days he loves it, and some days it's like it's my job, you know, like I'm not that serious about it. And that's just the feel he gives to me. It might be to somebody else something different.
Yeah, as I said, I'm always, as a fan perspective, I'm always for the players getting their money. I'm gonna, to the day I die, support every player getting every dime they can get.
I agree.
These owners, these teams make tons of money off,
and they've gotten over for so long that the players need to be getting this money. So never, any player that watches the show, never think that we are hating you, making your bag, your so-called bag, or your money. It's just the point of, we love the sport and we love you guys playing the sport. We want the same intensity once you get the money. We want
the attention, the passion.
That's what makes us follow you. And I love players that make a ton of money, and at the point of play, it's not like they care about the money. They putting it all on the line to get the chip. Get the chip.
And that's it. That's it. That's all we want. Get every single dime you can get. We want you to get everything you can get out of it.
Yes.
But you got to get that with the idea of, I need championships. Championships get you the money.
Yes.
If your mindset is, let me get the money, but I don't care about the championship, we don't need you. As fans.
Yes.
We don't need you. If you're one of them players who just is like, give me my pay and then I'm done, I'm cool,
yes,
I'm okay, then we don't need you. So that's the hard. That's why this Jaylen Brown thing is concerned. But when you look at the 76ers now,
right,
and this is where I'm going to get back to the King James.
Yeah, I knew you was going to circle around.
Now, well, listen to the 76ers team. You got, as your point guard, let me pull this team up real quick.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Because I'm going to make sure I'm going to have this clear to understand. So I'm just pulling up real quick.
Patrick's in the chat. He said, "Go USA." Yes, sir.
Great win by USA today. Listen to this starting five we can have possibly for the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey at the point guard. DJ Edgecombe, who had an amazing rookie year, at the shooting guard. Jaylen Brown at the small forward. LeBron James as the power forward. And Joel Embiid at the center. Give me that starting five.
Ooh.
We'll take on the Knicks. We'll take on the Thunder. We'll take on the Spurs.
Yes.
That team can compete for a championship. You got everything you need with that team. And then with the guys they got coming off the bench, they pick up Dean Wade, who's a nice six-man. They got a couple other guys coming off the bench. That team's loaded.
That's a scary team, Steve.
That's a scary team.
That's a scary team. Now, have you heard any rumors about that? Is there any validity to that?
Well, the question now is, LeBron came out last night and said he would take the minimum if he can go to a team that he feels is championship ready. Now, if that team's not championship ready, I don't know what is. And think about it. The pressure's off of him. He don't have to run the point. He don't have to be the main scorer. he don't even have to be the main rebounder. All he has to do is just do what he does.
Patrick has
no
chimed
pressure on
in. He said Embiid can't play more than 20 games. And he said,
True.
Steve, LeBron isn't going there.
Okay, look. Haters going to hate. Look, haters going to hate. But I'm just pointing this out to you. LeBron has made it clear he's going to go wherever it is he can go that had the best chance for a championship.
Ooh.
That's a perfect spot for him. I'm just bringing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people are still saying Golden State, and of course, Golden State is going to be number one because of his relationship with Draymond Green, his relationship with Curry.
And that's Patrick's team, Golden State.
Yes.
That's Patrick's team. I hear you, Patrick.
I know it's his team.
I see it.
But Philadelphia has a nice selling point to it. And Philadelphia hasn't won a ring since 1983, I believe is the last time they won.
Right.
What a great send-off for the King is to be part of a champion team in a sports crazy town like Philadelphia to get in there first. Look, you think how crazy New York was? Think of how crazy Philadelphia is going to be if they can win the NBA title next year after 40-some years. So that would be a great send-off if that's going to be his glory ride in the sunset. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. I'm just a messenger. Don't get mad at us.
It's kind of feeling like Patrick wants LeBron on Golden State. Yeah. It's kind of feeling like that. I'm kind of getting that type of vibe from Patrick.
I mean that would in a weaker Western Conference now. The Western Conference is weaker than what it used to be. Let's remember, Minnesota has moved on to the Eastern Conference now. Next year, Minnesota's going to be in the East. You still got San Antonio. You still got OKC.
Yes, sir.
Golden State can easily move up to number 3 in the West if they're able to get LeBron to go along with what they already have. Hey. So I understand where Patrick's coming from. That would be a great move for him. LeBron's a pass first guy, and no better guy to pass it to than the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry. Steph Curry will get a lot of open threes with LeBron being the point forward. He'll work well with Draymond Green.
Patrick even put the starting five. Hey, you ready to read them off, Steve? Look what Patrick put.
Read them off. Go ahead. What do you say? He got a course Curry at the 1. Let's see. We're gonna put Draymond Green at the 5. Who we got at the 4? We got LeBron at the 4. Is LeBron still at the 4?
Okay.
There's still Porzingis.
And Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Yeah. I mean that's the number 3 squad in the West, and could easily be number 2. Because I still got questions on the Thunder.
Apple Pie Lord's in the house, and he said Lakers got an all-white starting 5. He called them. What'd he say? He said the Snow Time Lakers. Hey, I'm good. I'm good with us being with the Great White Hype. Let's go. Let's go.
We're gonna get to them in a few. I'm not even gonna put them number 1 today. We're gonna get to them in a few minutes.
Unlike Patrick, I welcome LeBron going to Golden State. Have fun with him. Have fun with him.
Yeah, listen to me. I still got Golden State number 1 for him to go to, but Philadelphia is going to be very enticing. That starting 5 is a very enticing. That would be the best fit for him. Golden State would be the best fit for the team.
The team
would be better.
We got Glenn White. He said, "Sup, gang? What's up? Shout out Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, Angel City Riot." Steve, we got somebody. He got something to say to you. Coming in live and hot. Woo! What's up, Patrick? What's going on, sir?
What's happening?
Bring it.
Well, I mean, let's be serious for a second.
Let's go.
I mean, why would LeBron go to Philadelphia? I mean, He has no ties there.
Repeat this again.
He said he wanted to go and play somewhere where he could have fun. They've been hinting and kicking around the idea of Steph and LeBron and Draymond playing together forever. So, he could play for Steve Kerr, a coach he respects. Let's just keep it real for a second that he's going to come to Golden State,
right?
And they're gonna try to ride off into the sunset one more time, and all these moves that these teams are making. I'm not as high on Philadelphia as you are. I mean, Joel Embiid can't stay healthy. He can't stay out of tech trouble. He's only going to play half the season at most. I don't see it. And I don't see that's the type of team. They don't move the ball the way LeBron likes to play. I think LeBron really enjoyed his time on Team USA with that type of offense. Right. And I think he's a better fit to play in Golden State.
Oh.
Here's the only question. Hold on a second, real quick. Here's the only question, though, that I'll bring to you, Patrick. I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Why hasn't he made the move yet? If Golden State seems like the common sense move, everything seems in place, why didn't he, LeBron James is always somebody about the narrative. He always likes to control the narrative. Yeah. He could have came out as soon as he made the announcement he was leaving the Lakers and immediately went on there and said, I'm going to Golden State. That would have controlled the whole day today.
I have an answer.
That would have been the biggest story of the day.
Ooh, he has an answer.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, one, I think he's never, in his past, he's always wanted to be the center of attention. Let's not forget the decision. I'm taking my talents to South Beach and all that.
Exactly.
So he loves the dramatic, right?
Yeah.
So he's dominating the headlines, right?
Yes.
He announces that he's not coming back to the Lakers, and now that's 24-hour news cycle, and now everybody's going to come everybody that's got a claim to get a chance to get LeBron in the building, they're going to come kiss the ring and make their pitch, and he's feel like he's important. And at the end of the day, he's going to make his decision. He also, if he immediately went to Golden State, he gives up his leverage of trying to get Anthony Davis out of the Wizards to come to Golden State, which has been reported what he wants. So maybe he's kind of playing the cat game, and waiting to see if Golden State can pull that move together. Keep in mind that, at first it was reported that the Golden State Warriors re-signed Porzingis. But what it turned out is they gave him a contract extension before free agency hit. So what that means is he's immediately tradable, so they could trade him now. And that if they were to move on from him, they're not stuck with his salary, which gives them the flexibility to then move on and possibly make that trade. So the reason, in my opinion, he hasn't just come out and announced it is because he likes to be the man and he's dominating the news cycle and everybody's talking about it. Everybody, where's he going to go? Yeah. Where's he, everyone's going to make their pitch, make their argument. Oh, he's going to come to Cleveland so he can play here at the home, make it a full circle moment. Oh, he's going to go back to South Beach now that they got, the Greek Freak. Oh, he's going to come to Philadelphia now.
Right.
And I'm just going to throw this out. And this is just one man's opinion. Rich Paul is the agent for Draymond Green. Rich Paul is the agent for LeBron James. Rich Paul is the agent for Anthony Davis. Why would Draymond Green opt out of his $27.6 million player option to become a free agent with the intention of signing back in Golden State if he didn't know that something was in the works? Why would his agent recommend him, his agent, who gets a percentage of his contract, why would he recommend him to do that if there wasn't some plan that they were already trying to orchestrate? I 100% have to believe that the only scenario that Draymond Green takes a pay cut and comes back to the Warriors on a lesser contract is if he knows he's got a chance to win the championship and a chance to play alongside LeBron. That to me is the only reason why he would make that move. So, I hear all the bluster, and I think it's fun to talk about. There when we're down to just baseball and World Cup, there's not a lot of stuff to talk about. I feel like a lot of these rumors are getting a lot more airtime than they would in another time, but I just can't see players walking away from $28 million unless they knew there was another plan in place.
Got it.
I'm agreeing with you. The only, like I said, the two questions is, number one, can Golden State legitimately compete for the championship? Which I don't think they can.
Ooh.
Why?
And I think that's going to be the first problem.
Why not?
Because they got to get through San Antonio and they got to get through OKC.
How did the Warriors play against San Antonio last year when they were hurt?
Well,
they beat them.
Pretty good. Pretty good. But this is going to be a different monster next year. San Antonio is going to be a better team.
Here's the look at in straight. If we're going to pick apart, let's just assume LeBron goes there, and if we're going to pick that part of team, right, they're going to be old, and health is going to be a concern, right? How many minutes are they going to play? How can they get to the postseason, get a high enough seed to avoid the play-in tournament, and be at full strength?
Right.
Where I feel that this team potentially could be very difficult to deal with is that if they can get to the postseason and relatively healthy, as healthy as one can be, the amount of experience in championship medal and drive in 7-game series in the postseason, I just don't know that's easy to knock off when you have that level of experience and not rattled by the moment. We saw San Antonio get rattled by the moment multiple times in the finals against the Knicks.
I agree with that.
So did they learn from it? Great. But if they get right back in that scenario next year, what are they going to do? Are they going to crumble? Are they going to improve? OKC, they got rattled down the stretch and they couldn't handle the experience. I think the Knicks have gotten a little bit worse. They lost their backup center, who was their defensive star today in free agency. I don't agree that the Warriors aren't a playoff contender. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're the odds-on favorite to win.
They're a contender for sure.
But
I'm
I'm not high on Philadelphia like you are. Just because they got Jaylen Brown doesn't. I mean, is Jaylen Brown better than Tatum? I don't think so.
But when you add him to that lineup, he doesn't have to be better than Tatum. You got Maxey, who's an all-star player. Edgecombe is going to be a fringe all-star player next year. If you throw LeBron in there, and then if you get 40 games out of
Embiid,
they even got the backup is pretty good in Philadelphia.
But I guess
they got Drummond still.
My other counter to that will be that, every time you bring in a superstar, and I'm not talking about LeBron. Let's leave LeBron out of this conversation for 1 second. With Jaylen Brown, they don't always fit in seamlessly. The beauty of Golden State when KD came there is the selflessness and the unselfishness of players like Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Klay Thompson to accommodate that. That's not normal in the NBA. How many times have we seen super teams, quote unquote, get put together and they're going to, we don't have to look too much further than the Brooklyn Nets when they had KD and they had Kyrie and they had, all these guys that they couldn't make it work.
They had guys who won't pass.
Yeah, but they couldn't make it work. And I'm not saying the 76ers won't make it work. I'm just saying it's not a given that they're just going to walk out there and suddenly be great.
No, I'm just saying they have an easier path. The path in the East is always going to be easier than the West, even with the changeover.
Yeah,
that's my only issue. I'm saying Philadelphia with LeBron is an easier path than the Warriors with LeBron.
I don't see LeBron going anywhere but on staying on the West Coast. I mean, he has too many ties to the West Coast.
Yes,
he's got his house in LA. He's got his production company and all the things that go with it. I would be very surprised to see him even taking Golden State out of the mix, I would be very surprised to see him leave the West Coast. I'm having a hard time.
To both you guys, Bubble, Glenn White, 1980 said, LeBron, come home to Miami.
No. They don't. They gave away their whole team. They gave away their whole team to get, the Greek Freak.
And they're not.
And they have no depth.
Hey, sorry to tell you, Glenn. Sorry, man.
Sorry, Glenn.
Holloway said, Steph doesn't need LeBrick.
Steph doesn't need him. Steph doesn't need him, but it certainly won't hurt him.
It won't hurt him. I think Steph Curry would be very excited if LeBron does go.
What did we see? What did we see when they both played together in the Olympic team? The gravitational pull of LeBron gave Steph shots that he was open for. Vice versa, the gravitational pull to Steph let LeBron, get easy dunks and easy runs to the rim. It would be a perfect marriage because they offset each other.
Heck of a match.
Absolutely.
Patrick, back in 2018, I thought he should have went to the Warriors then. When Durant left the Warriors and LeBron was in free agency and he was deciding on, should I go to the Lakers or where should I go? If he would have went to Golden State, you'd be talking right now about the Golden State having at least 6-7 rings.
Yeah, I agree. But I also think that, but at that time, LeBron was chasing max contracts, right?
There it is.
This is the first time ever that he's come out and said, I'll play for league minimum if I feel that the team, has the right fit for me. So we've never seen this before from him. And it's going to be interesting. Obviously I have a vested interest. I would love to see him come to the Warriors. If for nothing else, even if the Warriors don't win a championship, he automatically becomes must-see TV. And, and now it's going to be
insane.
It's going to be, can they make it work? What do they do? And all the things that go with that. I would be excited for my team to be, back in that cycle and have a chance. So I'm hopeful it happens. I'd like to see it. I'd like to just see what happens with it.
Wait a minute, Glenn White 1980 said something else. He said, Golden State too old. LeBron tank is on 1/3 on empty. Best play in play tournament. Oh my goodness!
Do you see all the haters are just it's just outrageous. The level of hatred.
Hollywood said, at least he's admitting he wants to ride the coattails of other stars. Of another star.
I love it. I love it. He can ride Steph's coattails all day long. They're long. They're long coattails.
Yeah.
And Glenn, don't be a hater.
I would love him to go to Golden State, Patrick, for no other reason that him and Draymond are gonna have a blow up at some point during the season. It's just Draymond's gonna be Draymond. And they're gonna have a blow up over something.
They're homies though.
But that's the thing. They're home. But their homies like the same thing as Shaq and Barkley. You know how Shaq and Barkley are close, but then they still have their fights.
Steve, you're gonna love this one. Hollywood said LeBron is labeled as the king, but hasn't had an MVP award since 2020.
Oh my God! Haters are just.
They said
out there.
Hollywood said Steph is a star at Golden State, period.
100%. It's Steph's team. It's always Steph's team. It doesn't matter.
It'll be his team. It should be his team. It should be.
Steph is the most underrated superstar in all sports.
All right, well, we thank you guys for your comments, but we got to get to the next topic.
Let's go. What do we got? What's next?
We got to finish up these. We got so much on this. We got Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors.
Boo.
That's the move he's been wanting to do. Who else? We got LaMelo Bell to the T-Wolves.
Also boo.
That's what. Remember, T-Wolves now are going to be in the Eastern Conference, so that's
stylistically. I don't see Edwards and LaMelo being able to play stylistically together. It's like putting Harden and Westbrook together. They both need the ball to be good. I just don't see it. I don't like that move.
Yeah.
So in other words, Patrick says, hey, it is what it is. Any more, Steve, before we move on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we got Ja Morant to the Blazers. So we're going to have Ja Morant now with a healthy Damian Lillard. That should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Ja Morant has been relevant.
Norman Powell to the Bulls. Yeah. Norman Powell to the Bulls.
Mm.
Mitchell, as you mentioned earlier, Mitchell Robinson to the Celtics.
Like that.
Mo Wagner to the Nets. And then for you Laker fans, last but not least, Walker Kessler, who's the so-called great defensive center, is getting traded from the Jazz to the Lakers. And what, depending on who you ask,
Lake
it's either a great trade or the worst trade ever.
Lake
So we got the whole cavalcade.
Hey, somebody doesn't have a chokehold on us anymore. We free to make moves, and
I'm in the worst trade ever, Cam.
Still collect that money from Bronny's jersey sales, though. But hey, we gonna do our thing.
Yeah, but they also signed him to a $135 million contract over 4 years.
Hey, here's how stupid the Lakers are. Listen, here's how stupid the Lakers are.
Stupid.
Wow. Here we
you
go.
Had Jackson Hayes last year.
Calm down.
You had Jackson Hayes. What's that? You had Jackson Hayes last year, who gave you 7 points, 6 points, and 5 rebounds a game, 66 games.
Okay.
You let him go in free agency to the Jazz. You traded for Walker Kessler, who you're paying $33 million plus a year for, who last year in 5 games averaged 13 points and 10 rebounds. 5 games. So you're basically paying this guy 5 times more money for doing basically not much more than what you can get from Jackson Hayes.
Facts.
Okay, I want to point this out to everybody that watches the show. Now, you remember when LeBron was on our team, how he spoke highly of the organization and he just loved the Lakers. And the day the man leaves, his whole tone is just changed. I told you that it was blasphemy, most of the stuff he was saying when he wore Laker hats and stuff. I told you guys. I told you who Steve was. And Steve? Now, who's your team now, Steve?
I'm calling it for what it is.
Who's your team now?
When LeBron said I'm no longer with the Lakers, I told you I'm no longer a Laker fan.
There it is.
Whatever team LeBron goes to, that's Steve's new team.
Bottom line.
I tell you, y'all gonna have matching hats on next season.
Okay. Here's the bottom line, guys. Let's just call for real. Walker Kessler, who in his 4 seasons, the most games he played in was his rookie year. Every year since then, his games have gone down to 5 games last year. Okay. You got Austin Reeves. He's no good for more than 55 to 60 games a year. Every season he's been in the league, he's in his 6th, 7th year now. He misses between 15 and 20 games a year.
Okay.
And then you start off with Luka, who's definitely good for missing 15 to 20 games in his 8-9 year career. So your big 3, none of them play more than 60 games a year, 60, 65 at the most. So you got 20 games out of the season where any one of those 3 games, guys are going to be out. And you're paying $100 million.
Yeah.
Who's the rest of your team?
Glenn White.
Who else do you have?
Hey, Glenn White, you know, everybody secretly forgot that basically the Bus family is out of this situation. So now this new situation that we have, they got to get acclimated to what are you doing?
They still have Rob Pelinka. They still have Rob Pelinka.
Hey, I mean, listen. In all seriously, in all seriousness, Lakers are only about championships. They're not even a top 6 team in the West now.
Yeah,
they're not top 6.
Okay. They're not even a top 12 team in the
league. That's how you feel? That's how you feel?
Look at the West.
That's how you feel? Steve.
They can't be okay.
What were the Lakers this season, Steve?
Ass.
They were a 4 seed.
Oh, what seed?
They were a 4 seed.
Okay.
They were a 4 seed last season.
Now let me explain something. This is how this works. We're still the 4 seed next season. All this is just your opinion on how things are going to work out for next season.
Okay.
Right? One and done, though, boss. I mean, let's not forget that.
Now we're going to do opinion route.
Hey, I'm ducking all these comments.
One and done.
I know you.
One and done.
Hey, it is what it is. We have to get our mojo back. It was long for 8 seasons.
Let's
go.
It
was long for 8 seasons.
Let's go. I can't wait to go 4-0 against the Lakers.
It's funny how these dumb decisions. I was saying this to Steve about the dumb decisions that my Lakers was doing. You must understand. What else did they do? 7 canvases. The dumbest thing that Lakers ever did was sign Bronny that only gets 2.7 points per game.
They wasted a high draft pick in the second round for him.
So Steve. But guess what? But guess what, Patrick?
Right.
He was loving that because he didn't care about our organization. He was loving that because King James wanted it. Yep. So guess what, Steve? You're not telling me anything about dumb decisions. We seen it going down. That's why we wanted to be free of being.
You went to the second round. You went to the second round of playoffs last year.
Oh.
If you make it to the second round of playoffs this year, it'll be a miracle.
Steve, see, there's one thing. There's one thing that with LeBron, and you making the playoffs, and that's what you guys give those participation awards, and you love to say, because I've always said when LeBron makes it to a finals, that is the best team in the finals, and then you always say, well, he didn't have enough people on the team, but they made it to the finals. See, that's the crazy part about the whole statement. If you make it to the finals, that means you had the best team to make it there. Figure it out. But so with that being said, the Lakers making it to the finals because he was here. Laker fans, we don't just want to make it to the finals. We want to make a splash. We want to win. And we knew the assignment. Just make it. With LeBron, it was always just make it. Laker fans, we're not happy with just make it. I told you that. When Kobe made mistakes, we got on his butt about it. We talk stuff about Kobe. But when LeBron does things, it's just perfect, you know. It's just perfect. He's the star of the team. If he disappears in the fourth quarter of a huge game, hey, it's because those guys on the team weren't good enough. That's all I always said.
You be happy with your ninth place team. I'm going to go out and buy my LeBron Warriors jersey because Patrick just told me already to go out and get my jersey. So I'm going to go out and buy my LeBron Warriors jersey.
You can't make it up.
I'll be very happy to be a Warriors fan. You stick with the Lakers. You'll be happy in a nice place.
I'm not mad at you.
You'll be happy in a nice place.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
You'll be happy in a nice place. When your lineup is Colin Sexton, because you know these guys will get hurt. Who was the center for the Lakers last year?
You know what?
Who they're stuck
Move
with?
it on, Wayne. Get control.
Yeah, let's go.
Exactly.
Steve,
Who was the center for the Lakers
he
last
will
year
hold us underwater and try to drown us right now with these ifs and maybes.
Who was your center last year?
Move it on.
Who's stuck in the playoffs?
We're going to the NFL because we got a couple things because we're at time. We're at time. You know, Steve can talk all day about kicking the Lakers. I get it.
All day. All day. All right, NFL news.
Let's go.
We had a sad news today for one of our players who'd probably be a Hall of Fame player, Calais Campbell. His poor mother was killed yesterday, and they're saying that they think that it was his brother who did it.
Wow.
God, you hate to hear these stories. It's just
heart goes out to the family. Prayers go out to the family. Sorry to hear about that. That's one of those things. You never want to hear stuff like that. But my goodness.
It's just a tough one. I mean, I think he's going to have a Hall of Fame. He's not going to be first ballot Hall of Fame, but I think he's going to find a way into the Hall of Fame. He's had an amazing career. longevity, strong play. Yeah, you just hate to see. You just hate to hear that.
Now I got to ask you guys a question. That in some NFL news, Brandon Ayuk. I mean, I understand it's a foul place where he's at. It's kind of foul what's going on, but you are a NFL product that you have to be classy in everything you do. You have to show, even if you feel a certain way, show the young kids how to show them how to showcase themselves. The new stars coming up. There's a better way to go about blasting the team than the way he's doing it. What do you feel about it, Steve and Patrick?
You want to go first, Patrick? You want me
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
You haven't lived in the Bay for up until last year. I'm going to disagree with you about it being a foul place. I mean, the 49ers is, a top tier organization. Their ownership treats the players well. And let's not forget, Ayuk held out for a contract. He made it very difficult.
That they gave him.
That they awarded him with a contract. They even tried to work with him on a trade that he was driving to the Steelers. Remember, they had that trade all, signed, sealed, and delivered. And then at the last minute, he had a change of heart and he wanted to stay in San Francisco, and they paid him a handsome sum. He got hurt, unfortunately. And, it seems like when he got away from the team, he just decided to kind of go crazy. I mean, obviously, a lot of the players aren't saying much, but some of the things that George Kittle has said, who, from all appearances, George Kittle seems to get along with everyone, and saying that, hey, good luck with that. Meaning, it doesn't sound to me like he was a good teammate and a good locker room guy. His behavior, it concerns me that he has some type of mental issue going on.
It speaks for itself.
Driving, filming himself on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it was, going down the freeway in the Bay Area at 100 and something miles an hour and getting himself in trouble with the law and then this, calling your team, whatever. And I get he wants to be traded. He doesn't want to be there anymore. He feels however he feels, but you're right. You're a professional, be classy, deal with that stuff in private, not publicly. He reminds me a lot of Antonio Brown right now, to be honest. And it's disappointing and scary and sad. And, and on the field, by the way, I mean, I know we've only seen snippets of him because he's missed a lot of time, but I think he's way overpaid and overrated. And I don't think he's that good enough to be that demanding of what the team needs to do for him. So I can only imagine that the 49ers are holding on to him at this point because their lawyers are telling them that there's a way that they can get out from under the contract, because if they keep letting him talk, he's going to keep doing conduct detrimental to the team, and there's going to be an out clause, and they're not going to get hung with that money. That's the only thing I can think of as to why they would not have just, told him, goodbye and good riddance, because you don't want that distraction, and he's a distraction. And quite honestly, I mean, I don't know of any team that's going to want to take that guy on. I'm not sure his skills offset his BS. And
Washington Commanders.
I don't think so. I don't think the Commanders want him. I really don't. Why would you bring that?
Oh, absolutely.
Why would you want to hold on, Steve? Why would you want, you have a younger team, you're getting younger. Why would you want to bring in a disharmonious guy into your locker room and infect your locker room and your younger guys with that kind of crap when he just hasn't putting up the numbers to it's not like, he puts up 1,500 yards and 18 tuds, for you to be like, okay, we're going to overlook some of his attitude. He's not that guy. And at least he hasn't proven to be that guy yet. So why would you want him on your team?
Because your cornerstone quarterback is good friends with him, and they were high college teammates where they had an amazing year at Arizona State together.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Your quarterback has already come out and said, I want Brandon Ayuk. The only reason it hasn't come more public is because you have what's called tampering. The organization can't say they want him now because he's under contract with the Niners.
They would be foolish.
I'm glad
In my opinion, they would be foolish to take. They would be foolish to take.
But you did bring up a great point. The Pittsburgh Steelers had the same situation with Antonio Brown, and what did Tomlin do?
Released him.
Let him go. They released him.
Yep.
That's all the 49ers have to do.
Well, I'm telling you, they're trying. I'm sure they're trying to build a case.
They don't want to pay that money
and say, "Hey,
the contract. If you release them, the contract's done. It's done."
Yeah, but if you make your contract null and void by terms and conditions, then you let them go.
Then you're not on the hook for the $45 million.
It's the same situation they had with Steelers. The Steelers had the same situation with Antonio Brown. They let him go.
But they decided to eat the money.
And he went on to wherever he went on to.
That's the difference.
They ate the money. Decided to eat the money. And he only had 1 year left on his deal. Ayuk has 4 years left on his deal at almost $100 million. And I think the Niners would be on the hook for $55 million. So
I don't think the Niners are. Let me see. The Niners are on the hook for nothing. I don't think they have
but to what you were saying, Patrick, Brandon Ayuk, he got fame from a system that made him look great. I didn't see anything outstanding for teams to even want to pay the type of money that the 49ers pay. I think they should be happy that if they can get from up under this money or just move on from him, because I have to see him go to another team and perform great.
I thought Juwan Jennings
not just be a person in the uniform, but actually perform, because the stuff I saw on the 49ers, it wasn't what it was cracked up to be.
It wasn't top tier.
All right.
Exactly.
All right. Let's end this. The San Francisco 49ers officially voided all of Brandon Ayuk's guaranteed money for the 2026 season. While his original contract was guaranteed, because he didn't meet training camp requirements, they are on the hook for nothing. They can release him and not owe him a dime.
Only for the 2026 season.
But again, no. All of it is voided. Everything was voided when he didn't meet requirements.
I don't think that's correct. I think the only things that were voided were his workout bonuses and his roster bonus. I don't believe his base salary was voided, because if it was voided, he wouldn't be on the team. He's not going to play for free. So I don't think that's correct.
I'm talking about the guarantees. The contract is still void. The contract is still valid. The guarantees.
Yeah, but those are like performance. Those are like show ups. So like you're
right.
That's not quite the way it works.
I mean, it's right here. I'm reading it to you. I'm telling you. It says the move paved the way for a separation that the two sides had agreed that in case it falls through, the biggest hurdle was getting rid of the guarantees. And that's been taken care of. The only thing holding them up now is that the Steelers want a draft pick. That's the only thing. They're hoping that somebody will get him a draft pick.
I don't think that's right.
They don't want him to leave without getting anything in return.
Apple Pie Lord, I'm gonna talk about that on Panthers Corner. So stay tuned. Panthers Corner is gonna drop, and I'm gonna make sure that you get it so you see it.
Hey,
all right,
Apple Pie Lord, we got 3 players in the top 100 so far.
Yeah,
3.
There we go.
Ted, Derek Brown, and Bryce.
Yes, sir.
We'll double check that, but I'm telling you,
I'm checking it right now.
here that there's nothing holding him up other than they want a draft pick.
Ooh,
they don't want to let him go for nothing.
Brandon Ayuk, hold on. Brandon Ayuk's guaranteed money for his contract is $30 million cap hit if the Niners cut him. $30 million. Go to overthecap.com. It'll tell you.
Okay, over the cap. Okay, so you said it's a $30 million
cap hit if they release him.
Okay, so then they're going to keep him then.
Or they're going to avoid his contract, but for contract to be coming.
They've already made it clear, though, that he can't stay there. So at this point, they have no choice but to take the cap hit.
Well, we'll see.
But if they're taking a cap hit, can't they still sit on the player and be like, so what? If we gotta take a hit, then you just can't play. Can they actually do something like that?
They can. They can suspend them without. They can suspend them.
We're not going to take a cap hit and then you benefit from us. So this roster him.
Yeah. So then it's personal. Then so they're holding a personal grudge against him.
You know, when testosterone mix.
I mean, the guy refused to do his rehab. How are they holding a personal grudge? I mean, you get paid to do what the hold on.
The general manager said, but okay, go ahead, Patrick.
If I employ you, hold on. If I employ you and you sign a contract agreeing to the terms of the employment, and you fail to do the things that you're obligated to do under the contract, that's not personal. That's business. Like, and so it's not a personal grudge. He's not acting like a professional. He's not doing his rehab as prescribed by the team.
What's that?
Period.
Patrick. We in the NFL have seen many a knucklehead. Brandon Ayuk is maybe not even the top 5 of all-time knuckleheads in the NFL. He may not even make the top 5. John Lynch, the GM, said he will no longer wear a 49ers uniform. Did he not?
I'm not saying he's ever going to play for them again.
He said, but John Lynch said that.
Okay. But I still have the rights. That doesn't mean I have to give him away.
So your point is, why haven't they released him if he said that?
If John Lynch said you can no longer wear a 49er uniform, you've lost all trade leverage.
Okay. Again,
I'm not going to trade for a guy who's already been told he can no longer play for that team.
But why did I say they were holding on to him? Not to trade him.
But to climb that money. Because to find a reason to get from around paying that full contract.
They're building a case to move on from him without having to pay him the $30 million.
But you can't.
Yes, you can.
Already killed that because how can you? How?
Because if you go out and murder someone in the street, you can argue that there are ways and mechanisms to get out from under the contract. Henry Ruggs went to jail. The Raiders aren't still paying him $20 million a year.
Go to jail? I mean,
I'm using it as an extreme example.
Killing somebody,
right?
There are ways out of the contract. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, but in essence, they're hoping that since he keeps making all these personal blows under the NFL guidelines, that he'll slip up and make a mistake to where it'll be enough for them to take, so they can void the contract.
Take it to the NFL, take it to the players' union, file the grievance.
Perhaps if he would keep his mouth shut, what you're saying probably would have happened already.
I don't know that he can. He doesn't seem to be capable of that.
No, he's going to keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah, like John Morant.
Doing what he's doing
he kept having his gun in pictures. So
because they just people can't learn.
Exactly. I feel it.
Steve, the way you're talking about him, and he's like he's an all-pro player. I mean, he's not.
No, he's going to help the Commanders because he's going to be a good third receiver for us.
And that's all that Steve is thinking about.
That's all we want from him. That's all we want from him. We don't need to be number
and
one.
You have to hope that he has that same type of allure when he gets to your team. You have to hope because
he will.
I hope he goes there and causes a mutiny in the locker room the first time Jaden Daniels doesn't throw to him, and then I can sit here and go, "Well, Steve, wow, that signing really worked out for you."
Hey, that's the same what we did with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Listen, he's going to be so motivated to do well because he's been held hostage by the 49ers for the last year.
You would have thought when he got his extension for $30 million a year, he would have been motivated to do well, but I guess that wasn't enough.
But these guys don't care about the money. The money's too much. We had this conversation. We know these guys are paid too much.
But yet you still want this guy on your team so bad. I mean, that's the funny part. I wouldn't want him on my team at all.
And people, this is the passion coming from the fans and how much we love our teams. This is what I'll be trying to point out to you guys. Tune in to Blow the Whistle Sports every Monday, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. We'll be back. Thank you for all your everybody that's talking in the comments, for all your guys' support. It's lovely. We appreciate it, and we got more hot topics coming to you. We'll see y'all next week.
Everybody, peace out. Free Ayuk. Free Ayuk.